Utah's Hogle Zoo. And we're going to be checking in on Jabali and how she's doing with her pregnancy, and we're going to be focusing on her birth watch. Birth watch basically means that we have calculated out the earliest possible date that Jabali could give birth and the latest possible date that she could give birth based on the information we've received from the gorilla SSP, normal gorilla gestation periods, and when we saw Husani and Jabali copulating. So after we received our breeding recommendation from the SSP, we noted 2 instances of copulation from Husani and Jabali, and those were really successful, that we felt like that was a really good chance that that's when she could have conceived, those 2 separate times. So based on those 2 dates, we calculated out basically 237 days from both of those dates and 280 so days from those 2 dates, and that basically equaled a 2-month birth window. We started our birth watch basically a month before that window started, just to be safe. You never know with pregnancies, they can go early sometimes, so we really wanted to have everything in place about a month before that window started, which was basically in early May. And then from June 1st until through July, that's what our birth watch is going to be. So until a baby shows up, that's when we're going to be watching for a baby. So Jo has been a proven mother at her last facility. She's had 5 surviving offspring, and she raised them all really well. She's a great mom. She's a proven mom. And so we're really hoping that she can provide at least, some form of guidance to Jabali, who is our first-time mom, obviously. But in the case that Jabali doesn't know what to do and she doesn't take care of the baby properly, we are hoping that Jo is a great candidate to be a foster mom to that baby. She will have those instincts. We know that she's a proven great mom. So we're really hoping that in the really sad event that Jabali just doesn't know what to do, Jo can come in and pick that baby and do what needs to be done to take care of it. So knowing that Jo's been a proven mom in the past, we're not super concerned with kind of training her on how to hold a baby properly or how to pick up a baby, for instance. The behaviors that we're really focusing on with her is just desensitizing her to the presence of a baby bottle, for instance, to the presence of equipment that we might need to use to try and monitor that baby while she's holding it. She is going to have to be comfortable coming up to the bars and, sort of allowing us to feed that baby, because obviously she's not going to be lactating. It's not her baby. So even if she's holding on to it, we will have to be able to feed it. And so that's going to be kind of what we focus on training-wise with Jo, just making sure that she's going to allow us to help her take care of that baby through the protective barrier that we have. So Husani's never been around babies before. This will be the first time that he's been around a baby. And so his role is honestly just to remain calm and be the strong and silent silverback that he should be. We're really hoping that he's not going to get too anxious about the presence of this little thing that he's not familiar with. So that's really going to be his role, to kind of take a step back and make sure to not get too overexcited about it and accidentally, do something that might hurt the baby. That would be kind of our biggest concern, just because he might not know what to do. And so that's really his role to play. He needs to kind of take a step back and make sure the group is safe and not really interfere in Jabali taking care of her baby, or possibly Jo as a foster taking care of that baby. So as far as Husani's training, really the biggest thing for him is he needs to allow us to access Jabali and Jo and him all at once when they're in the same group. Oftentimes silverbacks can be very demanding and sort of like, I get all the treats and nobody else gets treats when we're together. But that really can't happen when we really need to see Jabali and Jo and the baby up close. And we maybe can't separate the group all the time, multiple times a day. If we need to get to that baby, he's going to have to allow us to do that. So that's the main training stuff we've been working on with Husani, is just kind of him being okay with the girls getting some treats while he's getting some treats, and not having to have, a big scuffle over him wanting to get all of the treats for himself. So the main exhibit modifications we've done so far is we're trying to think a little bit, first of all, about how to help Jabali be a little more comfortable while she's pregnant. The baby's not here yet, but Jabali's carrying a lot more weight in different areas of her body. She's historically been our big climber of the group, and so we just wanted to make sure that she's still comfortable climbing if she wants to, so that she can get up high you know, maybe she needs a few more handholds to help her get up there. So we've added a few fire hoses to help her get around. We've added a few hammocks. She really loves lounging in hammocks. So we've added 3 separate hammocks to the yard to really help her be comfortable. She's changing positions a lot. You can tell it's hard for her to find a comfortable spot. So those hammocks she's really enjoyed those a lot since we've added them. The indoor exhibits, the main modifications that we've made are adding in a bunch of that hay to make the bedding really thick, to make sure that, you know, if the baby were to fall or be dropped on accident, that it would hit a soft surface. We've also removed some of the sheets and some of the burlap just to make sure that there's no chance the baby might get tangled up in those on accident. Accidents can happen, and we just want to try and make sure that everything's as safe as possible for when this baby comes into the world. So those are kind of the main modifications that we've made so far. And then once we see, you know, how that baby moves around, how Jabali does with the baby, how she's moving around while holding the baby, we can do a lot more modifications kind of based on what those needs look like. Okay, thanks for tuning in and watching our check-in video about Jabali and her birth watch.